In the meantime, time for us to get into our morning conversation. And like I said, ever since I've been doing this morning show, by the way, I've just been noticing that things just keep escalating and escalating and escalating to the point that I'm wondering, okay, things cannot be this bad. So let me explain to you what I'm talking about. So yesterday when we were talking about where are the men, there's a man who called in and basically opened his heart about his situation. And I want you to take a listen to this, because what happened was after he called, someone DM'd me and gave me a very, very interesting story. Just take a listen to him first. He went something like this,
I can tell you for a fact that I'm one part of those people who identify themselves with their mothers.
Yes.
And many years ago, that person who usually calls himself like the dad, I usually like to call him a sperm donor. He abandoned us when I was 2 years. And these stories are there. He gets a chronic disease and then he remembers he needs a kidney.
Yeah.
He needs some money.
Yes.
He needs some support. He remembers somewhere he has a kid. He used to have a kid. Go to the villages and see those tumuzee venye tunateseka.
Yeah.
Trust you me, I had one calling me after 27 years, seeing me on a TV, saying he's my dad.
Yeah.
And he saw me on a TV and he's saying, oh, Jimini, you don't know the whole story. I don't know the whole story and you are not there.
Hey.
Teseka peke yako. Uko, my money is for me and my mom. Kufa uko hatutaki kujua. Yani.
And that's what I want to talk about this morning. Absentee parents who come back. That's what I want to talk about. After this gentleman called, there's a guy who hit me up on DM and said to me, let me read to you what he said in part, because it was quite a long message. But he said something. Someone told me I have to eventually forgive and take my father in with me when he's old. Even after all that he has put us through. Even after never being there, even after mentally abusing my mother, he was never present in my realm. My mother was one of the most intelligent, kind, and sensible people I know, only to be married to a man like him. If there's something like an alternative universe, I hope she was never married to that man. She became a doctor and as she wanted to, and lived the life she pleased. I don't want to ever be on good terms with my father, even when I grow up, or rather when I grow older. They tell me it's because I am still young and that eventually that bitterness will melt away with age. That's what I'm talking about this morning. Absentee parents who show up later in life. And you're still holding that bile from 30 years ago. This caller said 27 years later, he still has that bile. He still has that kawaru. When do you ever forgive these absentee parents? Or do you never forgive them? So what I want to talk about this morning. There's so many people here in Nairobi, in Kenya, who are sitting on bile, anger, grief, and a very deep loyalty to a mother who survived it all. And all they're saying is, me, I can never forgive my father. What he did to my mother, never ever. I will never. In fact, wacha oze uko. And it's very true. When you go to Gishagi, you see a lot of old men walking around by themselves. Their family, nothing. Wamesema huyo mzee hatutaki mambo yake. So this morning, I want you to help me understand why. If you're the child of an absentee parent, give me a call. My number is 0711 046 105. I want to find out, have you forgiven that parent? In your grown age right now, yes, you grew up in struggles. Yes, you grew up lacking a lot. But now you finally made it. Have you forgiven them? And if you haven't, what is holding you back? What's the story there? Why have you decided, huyu mzee ama huyu mama, I will never forgive this parent? I'd love to hear your story. Hit me up on 0711 046 105. That's my number. You can also find me on X at Mike Mondo1 at Classic 105 Kenya. The hashtag Mike and Kingangi Morning Conversation. And we're talking about absentee parents who come back. Yesterday, when this caller gave me a call and explained to me what has happened in his situation, for me personally, you know, I'm also of the opinion yalipita bana tugange ajayo. Because he was very passionate, saying he can never help his absentee father. Ever. Yeah? Take a listen to what he said.
I can tell you for a fact that I'm one part of those people who identify themselves with their mothers.
Yes.
And many years ago, that person who usually calls himself like the dad, I usually like to call him a sperm donor. He abandoned us when I was 2 years. You know, and these stories are there. He gets a chronic disease and then he remembers he needs a kidney.
Yeah.
He needs some money. He needs some support. He remembers somewhere he has a kid. He used to have a kid. Go to the villages and see those tumuzee venye tunateseka.
Yeah.
Trust you me, I had one calling me after 27 years, seeing me on a TV, saying he's my dad.
Yeah.
And he saw me on a TV and he's saying, oh, Jimini, you don't know the whole story. I don't know the whole story and you are not there.
Hey.
Teseka peke yako. Uko, my money is for me and my mom. Kufa uko hatutaki kujua. Yani.
Guy. 27 years later, which means this guy is probably almost 30. Yeah? At what point do you start saying, me, I'm going to forgive my old man? And anyway, he left. But Sasa, anyway, what do we do? He's still my father. And that's why this morning I want to hear from you. I want your story. Because it raises a real question that a lot of people quietly live with, where they've had an absentee parent who shows up later in life when you are doing well and says, you know, you're my son. I need a kidney. Do you help? Yeah? So I want to talk to you who has had an absentee parent. Have you forgiven that parent? And if you haven't, what's holding you back? What's the reason? Yeah? Cleophas Kangede, you're saying we should be serious. Why would you impregnate a person or give birth and disappear only to come back when the one you left is successful? Highest order of lack of humanity. There should be a jail term introduction on this. Okay? Wellington, you're saying, I think we should forgive those absentee parents. It's good. It's good too. Plus, they might have run away due to conditions mbali. For example, finance issues to keep the family, and now at a late age, they come back. They need love. Me this morning, I want to hear your story. Give me a call. 0711 046 105. If you have an absentee parent, have you forgiven them? If they came back into your life today and said, I need medical help, would you help? I need financial help, would you help? Ebu, give me a call. Let's talk this morning.
Your classic on five.
Yes, habari ya asubuhi.
Nzuri sana kufiki.
Niko salama kabisa.
Hii mambo ya wazee.
Ni
ngumu.
Hujamsamehe bado?
No, well, mimi wangu tulifika mahali ilibidi tu nimemsamehe. Like there's a mother who came, you know, vile mtu amesema pesa yake ni yake na mama.
Yes.
So there is a mother who came to me and akaniuliza, now what if you don't forgive him? Will you still die with that unforgiveness inside you? So I had to think, then later on I had to decide on myself. Unajua, forgiveness is about you. Wewe umedecide aje. Pain iko, sawa alitesa mahali akakutesa akakukataa. But sasa usipomsamehe, what will it help you? Now assume it's you now sasa. Watoto wako, they don't forgive you.
Let me ask you.
Yes.
Is he the one who came back or did you go looking for him?
Well, mimi ndio nilienda kumtafuta.
Yes, to get answers.
Yes, but nilipomuuliza what happened with mom, akaniambia bado wewe ni kijana mdogo, but akaniambia umeoa? Nikamwambia yes. You will see these things. Hivyo tu ndiye aliniambia.
But he never explained why he left.
He never explained to me what happened between yeye na Madhe.
Okay.
But then akaniambia, "Tumeoa, you will see these things." He died last year mwezi wa 7.
Hey, pole sana.
Before he died, aliniambia tu vizuri. So between hii period nimekuja kumtafuta this person, nilimuuliza mimi ndiye amenitesa kabisa mpaka hata shule amekataa kulipa. How am I going to ask for forgiveness? So akaniambia, that mother akaniambia, fanya hivi, it's simple, sio working yet. Kwanza tu kimtumia hata 200 500, that man will come back to you. You know, that's what happened. Then he died when we were okay. Me and him were okay. Because at the end of the day, nikihold hiyo pain every time natoka nikienda kuhustle, na fikiria huyu mzee alinitesa. But then, so nitashinda tu na hiyo kitu all through. But when nilimsamehe, I think things zikaanza ku work out, and I'm just okay. Like, we're okay. Akikufa, we are still okay. But yena Madhe, it was hii river ya Jordan na hii river ya
Sawa.
So forgiveness is all about yourself. Ukichoose kumsamehe, it's fine. But if you don't want to forgive, you'll make a choice by yourself.
Okay. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you, bro.
Okay, fine. I'm saying this, parents, to be fair to their children, waambie watoto wao kwamba what happened in that relationship.
Yes.
If the parents walipatikana, if kama wameoa na kuna domestic violence, waambie watoto what happened, and the children wameambiwa kwamba baba aliona babaka akiwa anapiga mamake, hapo siwezi nikavumilia na nikasamehea babangu na amewacha mamangu, unaona? Lakini kama ni ile mambo na mimba, na sijawahi ona babangu na babangu yuko na mamangu hajai niambia, I will look for that person. Unasikia?
Okay.
And you know what happened. Have a good day.
Thank you, my brother. And this is what I'm talking about today, by the way. We're talking about why you have never forgiven your absentee parent. And if you are raised by a single mother or a single father, and you've never forgotten or forgiven the fact that the other parent was not there, I want you to give me a call this morning. Yeah? And tell me, why can't you forgive? You're now a grown-up. You're doing well. Mbona uwezi msamehe? Let's talk this morning.
Sikukuwa na kitu. Na Mike nikaishi, nikang'ang'ana, nikauza mboga, nikakatia watu miwa, but akaona like hiyo haitoshi. It happened kwamba there was a pastor friend of mine akaniambia kwamba since tumehamia that area na tuna church, ni introduce my family to his church, of which I did. Maina tuling'ang'ana na maisha. Mimi siku notice kwamba the same pastor alikuwa na move, alikuwa ana cheat na mke wangu.
What?
So Maina, mimi bila kujua, kulikuwa na issues na dramas kwa nyumba kila mara. Kumbe this lady ako in love na huyu pastor ako na tusadaka kidogo anampanga nayo. So aliniwacha kwa madharau kubwa mwenyewe, alichukua mtoto wangu akatoroka na yeye. During post-election violence in Kenya, sikujua familia yangu iko wapi, mke wangu na mtoto, sikujua ako wapi. Maina, niling'ang'ana kuwatafuta. I loved her dearly. Sasa kadri muda ulivyoenda, mimi nilizunguka kuwatafuta, niliuza mali yangu yote kuwatafuta bila kufanikiwa. Nilienda Kitale, nilienda Nairobi, Kakamega, mahali pa nilijua tu ako na relatives wote, in vain. Na sababu ya kuachwa sincerely, I had nothing to offer. Sikuwa najukumika, nilikuwa najukumika. Hata kama ni kufunga sukuma shilingi 5 I used to do it so that my family can have food.
So you did not leave your family. It is your family who left you.
They left me.
They left you.
She left me because I didn't have anything.
And
so the pastor promised her the greener pasture. Are you getting? I want you to listen carefully.
Okay.
So when they left, nikatafuta, sikujua kuliendaje. Then one day, unajua ile greener pasture alipromisio, this lady made sure that amenihati ya kutosha. Simu hakuni block, lakini nilikuwa nikipiga napea wanaume wengine simu wanijibu. So Maina, alirudi nyuma polepole, aka make sure wale marafiki zangu wale walikuwa close na mimi amelala nao wote to hurt me.
Are you serious?
Very much serious. It happened to me.
Oh my gosh.
So Maina, I mean Mike, wakati nilifanya uchunguzi polepole nika notice mahali yako. Okay Mike, yani issue yangu ilikuwa ni Kenya inaungua hiyo wakati. Sijui mtoto wangu wako wapi. Hakuna mtu ananielezea mtoto wangu wako wapi, yako kwa hali gani. So huyo mtoto ile green apartment mamake alikuwa amepromisiwa na man of God. That man of God alikuwa married obviously. Ikawa ilikuwa tu ni matamaa, ilikuwa tu ni kiu kwa huyu mke wangu. Those days she was very beautiful. Ako na figa, ako na nywele ya Kisomali, alikuwa na umaridadi wote wa mwanamke. She was young. Maina baada ya pastor kumaliza kiu yake, akaanza kumwacha polepole, akarudi back to the family. Okay, na yeye alikuwa ameona mtoto, amemwambia huyo baba yako ni shetani, ni kila kitu. So mtoto alitoroka tu kwa sababu ya mateso. So nikijaribu kuuliza mtoto anasoma wapi, mtoto aliambiwa asiniambie. I wanted to chip in, ni support mtoto. Mama mwenyewe, na unajua Mike, wa mama wengi akikosana na bwana, anaambia ana poison watoto wasipende baba kwa sababu ya issues zake yeye mwenyewe na baba ya mtoto ama watoto.
So kwa sasa mumesameana, you and your son, are you okay?
Koja. Tukusameana. Maina nilirudi ni mtoto aling'ang'ana akasoma akamaliza high school. Na alipomaliza amehangaika sana. Alipohangaika kwa sababu nilijua mtoto wangu, nilimtafutia kazi Mombasa. Nilipomtafutia kazi Mombasa kutoka kwa rafiki zangu, licha ya mimi kukua absent kwa maisha yake kwa hii gap ambaye mama alimficha. Do you know that mtoto amepata pesa? Do you know that mtoto kuna wakati ameniblock? Do you know that mtoto sasa ana trend Mombasa, hataki kuniona kabisa?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, na mimi hata hiyo kazi mimi ndio nilimtafutia. Of course mimi ndio nilikuwa absent, lakini si mimi ndio nilikuwa chanzo, mamake. In fact huyu jamaa amesema hapo ati aliambiwa na baba yake, umeoa utaona hizi maneno. In fact hata wangu nimemwambia, nilimtext nikamwambia okay, kwa sasa huwezi understand, you are too young, but wakati utaoa utajua women ni kina nani.
I am very very sorry you're going through that, my brother.
Tunatamani kusaidia watoto lakini wanakuanga poison. Wakati mama wanaondoka na watoto, wengine wao wana poison watoto. Yes, ameng'ang'ana amesomesha. Hata mimi nilifanya uchunguzi nikapata nasoma shule fulani. Nikawa nalipa. Parents Day alionya mtoto asiaijaribu. We don't hurt our children. Wa mama ndio wanawafanya watoto, sisi tunawawacha. Na hata mimi wangu mpaka nimemtafutia job saa hii anafanya vizuri Mombasa. Lakini baada ya mimi kumpa kazi, ameniblock. Sasa makosa hapo ni yangu shwali.
Si yako.
Be fair to me. Be fair to me.
Sawa. I hear you. There is so much to unpack in that story. Ladies. Nani. What is that? What is that? Akigai. We need to talk about that tomorrow. But for right now, just share with me, by the way, whether or not you've forgiven your absentee parents. I need to sit down and unwind for a bit. Let's listen to some music, man. That story that has just ended, that has just Peter, the last one, for that last caller, it's just messed my head up. I won't even lie. If you know you're a woman who does things like that, who poisons your child against their father, I think that's not right on any way, shape or form. No matter how bad that man is, there's no need to poison the child against the father. But my question this morning is, have you forgiven your absentee parent? That's what I'm asking. Because at some point you have to outgrow it. I get it. Your dad wasn't there. Or your mom wasn't there. I get it. But now you're grown. You're a grown person. Why are you still carrying that bitterness that you had as a child? That's why this morning, I want to ask you, have you forgiven that absentee parent? And if you haven't, what is that thing that's holding you back? I really want to know. Talk to me.
Baba?
How are you?
Very fine. Umeamua leo kuchokoza vidonda yenye hata hatujui hata tutahila aje.
Nikuuliza tu, nataka kujua tu kama mumesameheana ama bado, na kama ni bado ni kwa nini?
I was brought up by a single mom.
Mm-hmm.
I saw her struggles every other day.
Yes.
Until she passed on in 2019.
Uh-huh.
Now, this sperm donor.
Yes.
Simujui hata sura.
Ujai hata muona hivi na macho yako?
And I respected my mother so much. I never got the energy to ask her, who is this fella?
So if today he came into your life and said, I'm your father.
No, then we are strangers, hata simujui.
Utamwambia kwende huko?
Asha kwenda hata? As in, how do I forgive someone I don't know? Aja nikosea sijui walikosana na madhe wapi, lakini sasa my grandfather took us in and we are so good. My grandfather gave me his name. This dude did not give me his name.
Okay.
He did not fight for us. So as in, he's just hata tukipata pengine hata tumepatana naye like 1,000 times, lakini simujui.
Sawa. Nimekusikia.
It is just that kind of pain which, sometimes you don't want to think about it. You just leave it alone and say, Mungu mbele.
Okay. Kweli kabisa. Mungu mbele. And thank you for sharing your story, my brother.
Thank you so much and have a good day.
You too.
Good morning, Mike.
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. Habari ya leo?
Niko salama kabisa.
Now this issue about absentee parent.
Yeah.
Mimi nilimsamea tu.
Ulimsamee?
Nilimsamea kidogo akarudi laini.
Did he say what happened?
Sorry?
Did he tell you why he was absent?
No, he just left about 5 years
ago.
No. Tulikuwa peke yetu as children for around 5 years. Now hizi mashida maanko pia wakapotea. Kidogo I don't know if aliongeleshwa ama alijirudia peke yake, but he came back for us. So
now you're good with him, everything is okay?
As of now, hata tuko naye sahihi, hata tuko sawa tu, salama sana.
Okay, I'm happy for you.
Asante sana.
And thank you for sharing your story.
Asante.
And those stories of reconciliation, like for this young man, they are so rare. They are so rare, I'm telling you. A lot of people are walking, grown men and women are walking around with so much bile where their absentee parent is concerned. And that's why this morning I want us to have the final word on this matter. Yeah? Have you forgiven that parent who abandoned you? And if you haven't, what's holding you back? Let's talk, eh?
Feel good as the day passes by. Classic 105, good times and great hits.
We continue and get your final thoughts on our morning conversation, and we're talking about absentee parents who come back. This all started yesterday when this gentleman called me and told me these words.
I can tell you for a fact that I'm one part of those people who identify themselves with their mothers.
Yes.
And many years ago, that person who usually calls himself like the dad, I usually like to call him a sperm donor, he abandoned us when I was 2 years. And these stories are there. He gets a chronic disease and then he remembers he needs a kidney.
Yeah.
He needs some money. He needs some support. He remembers somewhere he has a kid. He used to have a kid. Go to the villages and see those tumuzee venye tunateseka.
Yeah.
Trust you me, I had one calling me after 27 years, seeing me on a TV, saying he's my dad. And he saw me on a TV and he's saying, oh, Nini, you don't know the whole story. I don't know the whole story and you are not there. Teseka peke yako. My money is for me and my mom. Kufa huko tutaki kujua.
That is what you call bitterness, anger, betrayal, frustration, all put into words. And you know, it raises a very serious question. Your father or your mother left you when you were still young. It's now years later. You've made something out of your life. Why don't you forgive them? Ulitoboa. Eh? What is this thing that is holding you back? You feel like, Mimi, I can never catch me dead for giving that parent. It's really sometimes I wonder, like, when we can move on, or rather when we should be old enough to decide, you know what, it's time for us to move on from this hurt and this bitterness and this pain. If I was, I'm happy enough to say that I've never been abandoned by a parent. I did lose my dad when I was just 13 years old. He passed on. But here's the thing. Even if he had left, I think at my age at this point, I would have had the grace to try and say, I forgive you, or to try and mend that relationship. So I would like to find out from you, because this one's a tough one. Have you forgiven your absentee parent? And if you haven't, what is holding you back? Let's have the final word, eh?
Hello, Mike. How are you?
I'm very well. How are you?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Nzuri sana. This is Uncle Tony.
Uncle Tony, karibu sana.
Sana. Sasa, mimi, I would like to address my fellow men.
Yes.
And niwaambie as a human being,
Yeah.
how many times have we helped strangers?
Many.
Many times we've helped strangers. This man comes to you, tells you, I'm your dad. Maybe he's been absent even for 30, 40 years. He's not been there for you. He needs your help. You cannot help him. Why don't you just assume he's a stranger and you help?
Very good.
You don't know the real
yes.
story. You don't know the real story between what happened between your mom and your dad.
Yes.
You got the story, the side of your mom.
Yes.
You've never sat down with your dad to know exactly what happened.
Very true. Facts.
And I know majority of women are unforgiving. They are vengeful. And they can do anything when they hate you as the father to their children. They hide the children from you. They give children false stories.
Yeah.
Things that are not there. They give their side of the story, and the children hate their dad.
So just help him like a stranger, like you'd help a stranger.
You see, the Bible says,
yeah.
And God is very forgiving.
Yes.
If God can forgive you for any sin you can do, and you call yourself a Christian,
yeah.
Yet you read the Bible. And the same Bible tells you your blessings will come from your father. It doesn't matter whether he was a absentee dad or not. But the man whose loins you came from is the man that carries your blessings. That is the Bible that says that is not me.
Okay.
Doesn't matter how the man has been to you, how bad he has been to you. Maybe he's even been abusive, but there comes a time you gotta forgive, because maybe the man has come to terms with his sins. Why don't you forgive him? He won't go to forgive you for your own sins. Why can't you forgive the man? You don't even have to have a continued relationship with him. Yes, but give him that satisfaction that I've forgiven you. You are my father, but go your way. Let me live my life. Live your life.
You know, I'll even...
He needs your help. You have help. Help him.
I'll even add one on top of that and say, what if your father is a billionaire? Are you going to still be mad at him?
Exactly. These people who are saying that is because it is reversed. What if the roles were reversed with a billionaire? Would you be begging him to take you?
Kwanza akifariki uko hapo front and center saying he's my father.
So that unaweza pata urithi.
Upate urithi,
Wacha watu wakubali. If we are Christians, even Muslims, even other religions, forgiving comes from your heart. Forgive that person, and you'll even have healed yourself.
Thank you very much for that. Those are wise words, and thank you so much for your piece of advice, my brother.
Have a good day.
You too.
Morning, Mike.
How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm very fine bwana.
Talk to me my brother.
Mimi bana, hata nikwambia umefanya vizuri kushika hiyo simu. Mimi niliachwa kwa sababu aliupgrade, alipata jamaa akona pesa kunishinda. Akaniwacha na akaenda na mtoto. Sasa mimi nikambembeleza, nikalia, nikamwambia mambo mingi. Nikamwambia kitu 20 years ikikuja ndio utajua kenye nasema saa hivi.
Yes.
Sasa hiyo 20 years kukat the story short imepita. Saa hivi ananitumia text mrefu akiniambia vile mtoto anasoma vizuri, vile mtoto anahitaji msaada wangu. Namwambia si ati mimi nimekataa kusupport. Mimi pia niko na saina familia wengine na wanahitaji kusupportiwa. Na uwezo wangu hauwezi kusupport, siwezi kutesa wale niko na wao saa hizi kwa sababu ya ule yeye mwenyewe alimtoa akaenda upgrade. Alichange taste na akachange class. Sasa alafu sasa akienda kiumane, sasa wale jamaa alikuwa na wao wanaweka kwa TikTok nini. Sasa hizi kimeumana ndio anakumbuka haya kuna ule baba wa huyu mtoto. Sasa hiyo wako na watoto wengine kama 2 ama 3. Sasa haongei mambo ya wale.
Ni huyu mmoja.
Anaongea juu huyu mmoja, na kila mwanaume saa hizi baba yao watoto wote hawako pamoja. Sasa anawasukuma wote. Sasa anaweza survive kama amekaa kwa nyumba tu akipiga masimu. Hiyo ndio kitu wanafanya. Anasumbua huyu, na hawezi kuongea mambo ya huyu mwingine, na ako na wengine 2. Sasa unataka kuniambia mimi niachilie familia yangu yenye niko nao, mwenye alinikubali na mashida zangu, mwenye ananivumilia mpaka siku yenye Mungu atanibariki.
Mwambie akuachie mtoto, yeye aendelee na maisha.
Sasa hivi ni msichana mkubwa mwenye ananichukia sana, ni msichana mkubwa. Ati msichana mdogo.
Na nakuchukia.
Ananichukia kwa sababu aliambiwa, but si mimi nilimfukuza, hata nililia sana akienda.
Pole sana.
Lakini sasa mimi nitaendelea kweli kabisa kufuata yeye, na maisha vile iko ngumu saa hizi. Nitaendelea kufuata yeye ama nitaendelea kuchunga familia yangu yenye niko na wao saa hizi.
Sawa, nimekusikia.
Hadi hatupendangi hivyo, hatupendangi kufanya hivyo. Tuko na ubinadamu, sisi ni baba yao, tuliwazaa tukawalea. Mama yao akachange class, akaenda mahali pengine kwa watu wa nguvu.
Nimekusikia, and my brother, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you very much kwa kunielewa.